All right. So I've been thinking ideas for videos, and so this might be a cookie cutter checklist. Okay, if you want to be a fucking NPC, I got to think of a new sort of term for these people because NPC's been kind of worn out. If you want to be if you want to pretend like you have an individuality and that you're an actual human and not slime, then this is what you have to do. Okay, first thing, I just got recommended this video, and I was looking at, there's this guy on Twitter called Land Shark, and apparently he made a couple posts about me, good ones, and he's not shit talking me, and his posts are protected, and he's got 50,000 something followers, and I asked to be for like a follow. I did a follow request. I haven't been accepted yet. Could you believe that? Anyways, this is what you might want to do. Although this is the opposite of what you want to do. These people, this is something called like the clean person uh, arc, which is where you remove your tattoos. But it's just like in it's like in Catholicism. You go into the booth, and then you're like, Father, forgive me for I have sinned. And then at the end, the old dude that probably has touched children, he's like, well, it's okay, my son. I absolve you of your sin because you admitted it to me. And anyways, that's kind of, you can undo all of your trauma and whatever. I mean, getting the tattoos in the first place is going to be some sort of distraction from healing from your trauma. But these people are going to try and turn back time with getting their tattoos removed and pretend like they're not degenerates still on the inside. And then there's the other thing. Apparently, there's something like hymen reconstruction surgery. Now that's some next level shit.
I think tattoos is very masculine.
I've been wanting to get
Who
covered
cares? You can't even speak English. Who cares what you think?
in tattoos since I was like 14. And now I'm like, I just want to get everything off.
This haircut right here. Some guy commented and he says that he's like, every time you open your mouth, some stupid 50 IQ shit comes out. Sorry, I can't help it. This like messy hair look from the 90s. The thing is that Gen Z doesn't have an identity. They just took all of the fucking stupid shit from the 90s and the 2000s and leveled up the retardation.
Off. I want to like get everything lasered off. I just want to be a clean guy.
You remove that fucking stupid nose ring, you fucking cunt.
I feel like it was cool in 2010, 2013 when I got all mine done.
And your fake
It's not
tits.
cool anymore, and they look horrible.
Yeah, and your fake tits probably look horrible, and so do your fucking lips. There's this girl that walks around town, and she looks like she's got. It might be it might be a tranny, but it looks like she got stung by a fucking bee in both of her lips. And I saw her walking yesterday, and she had them like painted bright fucking red, like fire engine red.
I got all mine done, and it's not cool anymore, and they look horrible.
It feels like that just years ago, tattoo.
Holy fucking shit! This is the video I recommended, and unfortunately, this is the guy giving the commentary. He looks just as fucking gay as they do.
Is talking about how their tattoos are not.
The thing that I've noticed is that the people with tattoos are the most cookie cutter snowflakes imaginable. Imagine that. It's like, oh, you're counterculture, you're edgy. Bet everybody has them. Oh, you took the COVID-19 vaccine. Whoa, that's fucking hardcore. I kind of want to ask people that. Is be like, hey, you got all these tattoos. Did you take the COVID-19 vaccine? Man, that's fucking. You did? Okay. Well, I suppose, let's say you do know the risks of it, which these people don't. But let's say you do know the risks of it. By the way, I'm double micing it. If you do know the risks of it and you still take it, okay? And you're like, oh, well, I guess, I might get inflammation in my heart. And then it'll affect the rhythm of it. And I might have a heart attack. But I'm going to do it anyways because I have sweet-ass tattoos because I'm hardcore. Was that the thought process going through their heads? Probably not. But I suppose you could spin it that way after you get your vaccine like a good boy. Well, the next thing you got to do. Okay, actually, we just saw it right here. No, this guy doesn't have a mustache. He just has stupid facial piercings. Please. People talk about wearing your heart on your sleeve, wearing your trauma on your face, and on your skin. So tattoos and facial piercings, it's some sort of like it's some not sort of disfigurement, mortifying the flesh, mortifying the flesh. Please, it's like everyone who's reasonable, stay the hell away from me. Okay, I just want you to know that I'm a Cenobite. I saw my customer's daughter the other day. It was the one that's, if you've been tuning in for a long time, I was just talking a story. I was telling a story about running into her a few years ago when I still had my clown hair. And let's put the Eversong Woods back up, okay? And anyways, I ran into her. She's a little chubbier than she was before. She's not too chubby, but she doesn't have the classic female build. She's got like a fucking, her body's like a fucking wooden barrel, okay? It's just like it's not, it's not the hourglass figure, okay? And I'm showing my toxic masculinity by having standards. That's the thing, is that if you have standards at all, it's not like, beauty standards are too, I think beauty standards are like they're too extreme. You expect too much of people, okay? This is just the women. The thing is that instead of being like, okay, well, you can be a few extra pounds, it's like it's basically it's either having that standard or no standards at all. There's no middle ground with these people. You fat. Oh, it's my shirt here. Hopefully I don't have a nip slip. Then I'll get demonetized. Anyways, to make a long story short, or to finish off the story, she has like these two piercings in her nose, and I meant to say to her, next time I'll see her again. I got something. I saw my other customer's granddaughter too. I got something to say to her too. But it's like, hey, you're really Cenobite maxing with those piercings. Are you making me? You make me think of the Cenobites with those facial piercings. Cenobites. Yeah. So the next thing you're gonna want to do. This is males only. Well, I suppose some females nowadays could do it, but you're gonna have to be on HRT, or no, what are you going? SRT, sex replacement therapy. Okay. You're gonna need to grow a mustache. Okay, not the rest of the beard. The beard thing, that's old. Although, if you want to do the beard thing, then you have to shave your head. Okay. So let me get a picture. Let me get a picture of what I'm talking about here. Okay. Obviously, I mean, if you still have hair, then you want to do the mustache thing. But if you have no hair, then you want to do beard and with a shaved head, so the bald Space Marine look. Okay. And if you want to get extra like cunt points, then you got to do the mustache and a mullet. Okay. Thank the Australians for that. Thank you. It was probably funny like the first time you saw it, or kind of interesting, but now it's like everyone has it, and they substituted being an interesting person for just getting a haircut or wearing or it's like these people that wear shirts that says something witty on it, or at least they think it's funny, but to me it's just fucking retarded. It's like the I'm a stupid shirt. It's like, yeah, that's your wife. Oh, okay. Okay, I'll give you an example. Calling out lifting slave. Okay, wait. Perfect. So I'm going to feature a Big Daddy Trips video here. Sorry for the unprofessional sort of setup. I got to turn up my audio output capture. All right, here we go.
Another fucking meathead, dumb fuck, idiot, wannabe weightlifter thinks he's hardcore. He's not hardcore. He's a mama's boy.
Okay, well, yeah, this is the kind of beard you want. I mean, I just wanted to use my my second favorite son, Gravestrong. I wanted to use him as an example. You want beard, shaved head. It's the Richard Cooper look. And you work in an office. You sell cars. You are a programmer. Make sure you grow yourself a fucking beard. Make sure you buy a pickup truck too. And if you don't drive a pickup truck, what's next? I can't think of the most cookie cutter vehicle after that. I mean, if you're an Indian, then what you need to do is drive a Tesla, because, I mean, otherwise you're just a loser, right? And I mean, it doesn't. Your house doesn't need to be furnished, and you don't need paintings on the wall, and definitely you don't need a Stone Cold Steve Austin poster on the wall. You don't need health supplements, okay, to make you big and strong, okay, like the Hyperborean Warrior buck tow truck. All you need to do is just have your mortgage payment and then your car payment that's almost the same, okay. Then you're balling. You're balling in the 21st century. Okay, next cookie cutter thing you got to do. I should have thought of this list before I started the video. You can get a fucking fur baby. Okay, you're feeling kind of lonely. You have no introverted. You don't feel a need to like improve skills. Sort of. Let's say you're kind of lonely. Okay, instead of entertaining yourself with learning a skill, playing an instrument, which levels up your mind, what you want to do is you want to be a mommy to a dog. Okay, or if you're more codependent, then you want to get a cat, because then the cat can fulfill all of the roles of the narcissist that's not in your life anymore, and they're only going to come to you when they want to get rubbed, when they want food or whatever. The dog will give you a little more love than that, but you're codependent and you need to fill in that gap, that hole. Okay. What the hell's after that? I suppose I should talk about the gym. I've got carpal tunnel syndrome in both hands. I was trying to play guitar. It is so fucking weird. I don't think the left hand isn't bothering me as much anymore. This is getting better, but hopefully this fucking goes away. And I'm figuring what it is a combination of way too many carbs, way too many processed fucking carbs, and then also the shaking on top of that. Because carpal tunnel syndrome is inflammation of the tendons right here and all the tissues, and it squeezes on the median nerve. And so then the thumb, these two fingers, and then about half of this finger, not like half of it here, half of it like cut down the middle, okay, like that. You feel a tingling in there, and it feels okay, but it's I can't feel my pec. Like, I lost some of the sensitivity in my fingers. All I have is this like sort of tingling. So it kind of fucked with my guitar playing. As I was trying to write something before. Anyways, it was a dud. Anyways, but it's not very fun. So anyways, I'm back to eating healthy again, which is just eating like animal products. And I have the carbs that I do have are like just rice, like no sweets other than blueberries. I picked up some blueberries, and so and I got some cocoa too. Although the problem with cocoa is that apparently most of it is contaminated with cadmium, which apparently damages your kidneys. But I think maybe the other health benefits of it outweigh that. I don't know. But I put the cocoa and I put a pint of blueberries in my yogurt because I went back to plain yogurt. All right, and so that adds some interesting interest to it, I suppose. Yeah. But yeah, the tattoos, man. Oh my goodness, so cookie cutter. So cookie cutter. When my frontal lobe develops and I start looking up laser tattoo removal. You know, they're kind of hopefully there's like it seems like the millennials and some of the Gen Z people are slowly turning away from alcohol and marijuana. Okay, some people faster than others, but I mean, as a whole, they're like, oh well, this is probably not adding anything to my life, and things are expensive, I suppose. Maybe I should. But it is nice to hear when someone's like, no, I don't drink. I stopped drinking. I haven't had a drink in 2 years. I have like one beer a year. Okay, that's one beer too many. But yeah. I'll read you some comments, okay? There was one recently that I already mentioned where the guy said that I'm 50 IQ. I don't think he knows what 50 IQ is. This the exaggerate, like 50 IQ is like is, you know, Gary the retard from 50 IQ is probably lower than what Beetlejuice from the Howard Stern show has. Okay? So I mean, it's a little, you're exaggerating my lack of intelligence a little bit. This is what he said. What a shit fucking video. And I came here without any expectations from a dude wearing a towel over his head. He also doesn't appreciate my Islamic faith. He just called me a towel head, is what he's just said. Unfortunately, I'm not feeling very pious right now, and I think I'm losing points with Allah and Muhammad. But I'll put my towel on as soon as I'm done this video. Okay? But every time you open your mouth, I'm pretty sure, like, this grammar is fucking terrible. Okay? And I'm gonna be a grammar Nazi, because if you're gonna call me stupid, please show how smart you are. Because I mean, if you're gonna, unless you know, I'm 50 IQ, maybe he's 80 IQ, and the difference between those is astronomical. Once you like understand standard deviations and, or, you know, intelligence, what it means. It's not a linear thing. It's an asymptotic sort of scale. Maybe it's not that much. But anyways, someone who's like 80 IQ is like 4 times as smart as someone with 50 IQ. Okay. But every time you open your mouth, you say some stupid 50 IQ shit. Delete your YouTube account, FFS. You have nothing to say but, look how skinny. I'm 240, by the way. Who said they're 240? 240? Yeah, fucking years ago. When the hell did I say that? P.S. Never in my life are you natural, by the way. I mean, you look like shit for the gear you take, but your decreased IQ, fucked up hairline, and your pimple back speak volumes. When the hell did I say I was fucking natural? James Johnson, 307. There you go, doxed. James Johnson. See, he's named after the gay king, and who wanted his own version of the Bible. And then Johnson, son of John. That means his dad's the fucking toilet. There you go. Look how skinny. Shut up. You're probably skinny. You're probably gay. You probably do sumo deadlifts. You're probably a vaccine enjoyer. Go fuck yourself. James Johnson. This guy, he's commenting on Farhat. I knew this guy's accent sounded familiar. I've heard it a few times when I've accidentally clicked on natural hypertrophy videos before. Accidentally clicked on. There was this little thing going for a while where Jason Blaha said that natural hypertrophy was one of his subscribers on OnlyFans. And the other person's commenting on Hussein. This guy seems like the classic fake natties that say so because they don't have good genetics per response of anabolics. Yeah, well, I mean, he's only 180 pounds. Didn't know I need Buck Pizza reviews. Speaking of that, I was looking at Dave Portnoy. That guy, he's commenting on like hockey games, talking about trash hockey playing. Can that fucking little Jew even skate? Okay. Hopefully he doesn't. He's gonna. I remember I was watching the Sam Hyde video, and apparently he threatened to send some girl to Auschwitz. Well, tell you what, Dave. I'll take your trip to Auschwitz. Okay, which is in. I'll take your trip there. I'm hoping I'm hoping that this year they'll open up the pool, because I want to work on my fucking breaststroke. Now wait, I want to work on my butterfly. There we go. I'm gonna be like Mariusz Pudzianowski. You ever see those videos of him doing his conditioning in the water? That guy was super fucking strong. He did a 400 kilo deadlift, and he was one of the smaller guys at the time because he only weighed 300 pounds, and he was really fucking fast, lean, and he had really good conditioning. He was kind of like the Bill Kazmaier of his day. He wasn't quite that far ahead of the pack, but I mean, he's got like 5 world's strongest man competitions. There's an old video of Mariusz Pudzianowski doing I think it's a Hummer tire, or not Hummer tire. It's some sort of clean and jerk, axle clean and clean and jerk contest, and Brian Shaw's there, and it's like a 300 pound implement, and Marios is just fucking throwing them up, and Brian Shaw's really struggling. This is at the start of Brian's career, which would have been when he was in his like mid-20s, and that was back when he looked like a baby, a really big baby, and but anyways, he ended up getting way far past Mariusz Pudzianowski. But you know, it's like the popularity, it's kind of like arm wrestling, where the popularity goes up, so it just brings in more talent. Same thing with powerlifting. I was talking to some guy before, and we were talking about like strength genetics, and I told him, like, you know, if black people were more interested in powerlifting, they'd be setting a shitload of records. And because I mean, but the reason why they're not is because the NBA and NFL pay way better than powerlifting and strongman. And because some people don't, it's about neuromuscular efficiency, which you can see it, which is just like how like someone's vertical jump. So someone that has a 40-inch vertical jump, like Clarence Kennedy, for example, has extremely good genetics. Okay, I did a 24-inch vertical jump. And so if you're watching this video and you're like, oh man, you strong? I mean, when I get that strong. Well, I mean, you gotta be as determined as I am. I might be at the high, you know, at a really high level of mental determination. But in terms of like physical endowment, or not endowment, athletic endowment, average at best. Okay, for strength. For everything else, terrible. It's because I did a 24-inch vertical jump when I was 18, and 22 inches is the average for males. And this was when I was trained. This is after I was training too, and I could squat in like over 350. Because I remember later in the year, I squatted 405 high bar in gym class, and then I was a fucking high school legend. Although I'm pretty sure one of my viewers, his daughter, who's 15, maybe she's 16 now, I'm pretty sure she's gonna squat 405 before the end of high school. That's right, I said daughter. Okay, and she's not like fucking Wumbo too. She looks like a girl, and her bench is like 250 or something like that, and her deadlift's fucking high too. So, yeah, that's pretty good genetics. Okay, Buck Pizza reviews. Oh yeah, that's the pizza made me think of Dave Portnoy, and that guy's talking about hockey. He's talking about anyways, because I went on Twitter and I got recommended one of his things. He's commenting on fucking hockey. Yeah, gambling. The thing with gambling that's kind of made it popular is it's like the chicken test, where it's like, oh, you mean you don't have the balls? You don't have the balls to click this button and spend $400 and most likely lose. It's that sort of thing. It's like that's is called like I don't even. It's hard to put like a. Someone also come up with a better phrase for it, but it's like dare masculinity. It's like, oh, you don't. Oh, what are you, a chicken? Or it's a sort of peer pressure thing, where it's akin to like, you know, oh, what, you think you're better than me? Here, you want some weed? No, what, you think you're better than me? It's that sort of thing. Just, I don't know. I suppose weed's pretty bad, a lot worse than people think. At least potheads. I think lots of people now realize that weed is really fucking terrible for your brain and makes you into a fucking psycho. But yeah, dare masculinity. Oh, you don't have the balls? It's like, no, it's a losing fucking game. And guess what? Yeah, I'm not going to play the lottery because I don't think I'm going to get struck by lightning. So I definitely don't think I'm going to win the fucking lottery. And even then, if you win the lottery, you're going to get no joy out of life, because you have to earn everything you have to feel satisfaction and to feel enjoyment. Because it's just going to be a dopamine fest. But eventually your dopamine receptors downregulate. Oh, I ripped some skin off my hand here when I was pulling a tree out for a customer. I deadlifted it out of the ground. It was fucking insane. Not really. Yeah, but I mean, eventually you're going to find less enjoyment out of things, okay? And then the money's going to run out. And then all your friends will also go away. Uh, cookie. Let's go. There we go. We come back to the cookie cutter checklist. Gamble. Listen to rap. Watch Togi. Pretend Togi is a role model. Something to aspire to. To be a chigger. I'm gonna be a chigger. Okay, it's like if you're Chinese. Let's say you're watching this, you're Chinese. I have some Chinese viewers. I have some Korean viewers. Might even have a Japanese viewer. Okay? If you're Chinese, you need to fucking practice Kung Fu. Okay? That's your thing. And nobody, not even black people, should be engaging in that freaking dumb, that we'll call it the fatigue culture. Okay? Please. It's just fucking retardation. It's not cool. You think talking like a fucking ape is cool? Jeez. Okay. Alright. Can you go over your cycle? I wasn't going to answer this one. Maybe, hopefully you're watching. This is my cycle. Although I'm going to bring it down to TRT because I have to fix this fucking carpal tunnel. And, because I assume, yeah, most of the inflammation's caused by the fucking terrible diet. And so, I mean, the left hand's feeling better. The right hand, it feels better than it has. Except for this little scratch that I got. That's fucking terrible. That's at least a 9 out of 10. But what it was for like 2 weeks was 500 milligrams of testosterone per week, 200 milligrams of testosterone per week, 25 milligrams of Anavar per day, 20 milligrams of Cialis per day, 12.5 milligrams of N-clomiphene citrate per day. And it's the only thing that I'm going to change is I'm going to take out the Masteron and bring the test down to 250 because I'm just going to get healthy and see how far I can. I've lost strength. That's why I haven't recorded anything because it's like I did overhead press. Holy shit, that falls off so fucking fast if you lose weight. Holy shit, that's so fucking bad. 'Cause today I did a triple, 275. A triple, a double, and then I did 7 reps with. No wait. Triple, double, and then I did a single, and then I did 7 reps with 245 strict. Oh man, what a shit show. Squat and deadlift are still, well, we'll see about deadlift tomorrow. I assume it's going to be okay, but the things that fall off fast are the things that involve the smallest muscles, other than chin-ups. But chin-ups, it's sort of like there's like a leveling. The scales for chin-ups always kind of balance unless you gain a shitload of body weight, because let's say you lose a little bit of glycogen in your chin-up muscles, you lost body weight, so you still can do the same amount of chin-ups. Unless, I don't know, unless you get your arm cut off, then it'd be pretty hard to do a chin-up. What thoughts on Andrei Smayev, the Russian? The guy's a fucking freak. He's like a Russian Bane. He's like he's like cartoonishly fucking huge now. Sorry, I'm not sitting through 13 minutes of broccoli cut. I hope he actually did. This guy liked my dating picture. We don't negotiate with terrorists. Oh, okay, well, let's do these last two. Like, I didn't answer my thing. Definitely not your average Canadian. The guy didn't answer this. I wonder if he was talking about me or Hussein. Because, I mean, Hussein's a lot more common in Canada than you'd think. You think Canada's just all Indians now. No, we got everybody. We're going to be so mixed up, we're going to look like Brazil in 20 years. This guy says, it's weird how growing up in school, we were taught about how Muslims were the most oppressive to women and showed us many brutal examples. Now we're just like, okay, come on in. It makes me uncomfortable. I pray that Jesus slays the demons that possess them and saves them from Satan worship and hell. Well, I mean, who's we? When he says now we're just like, okay, come on in. Well, I mean, we all know who we is. Although it is more people than you think, because it's like, I mean, boomers, one of the reasons why we have so many Indians in Canada is because they need to keep the prices of housing artificially high. And so you pack like 15 Indians into one house, then they'll keep on selling because 15 Indians going on one house. And okay, here we go. Ronnie Coleman was natural, and he made it to Mr. Olympia naturally. Well, Ronnie Coleman is the most like. He's one of the most like I don't know, aesthetically, I don't know, muscularly gifted humans of all time. The guy, he's just like a walking muscle. He looks like some sort of. I remember I had this action figure when I was a kid, and it was Triple H, and it looked like Ronnie Coleman. I remember when you press it, you put like water in it. There was this like sort of reservoir in the back of him. You fill it up with water. You press the button, and then he press this thing on his back, and it pumps up, and he starts sweating. There was a Shawn Michaels one too, and I remember it. It obviously didn't look like Triple H because it had like also had huge arms. Triple H has like skinny forearms. It's just bad genetics. But yeah, it's who the fuck was that? Or, yeah, Ronnie Coleman. He's like some sort of comic book. I don't know, monster. He's another Bane type. Oh, that'd be a good video idea. I did the Bane workout. Who the fuck would even have time for that? 2,000 push-ups, 2,000 sit-ups, 2,000 chin-ups every day. Okay. 2,000 chin-ups. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I remember I read the whole saga. I have it over there. It's the Dark Knight Returns or whatever, from when Batman gets his back broken, and then there's like one or two more Batman that fill in the meantime. I think Nightwing's in there too. I mean, it's just one Batman. I remember he's kind of shit. He's definitely not like Bruce Wayne. But then Batman returns and kicks Bane's ass. Sorry about that. Well, I guess we all know that was back in the 80s, and so is that. No, Dark Knight Returns is the one with Frank Miller. I can't remember what this one was called. It's just the Bane saga. Dark Knight Returns I really like that Frank Miller story. Anyways, I'll see you in a bit.